Good morning. So my question is, I want to know how to get my boyfriend to back off. He wants us to live together, but I don't want to live together.
Okay. How long
I
have you guys
want to
been
be
together?
in a committed monogamous relationship. We've been together 3 years,
Okay.
but I don't want to live with him. And the reason why I don't want to live with him is because he's a single dad and he has 2 kids, and my kids are grown and gone away from home. And
So what's that mean?
Well, she doesn't want to have to be a stepmom right now. She kind of likes the freedom to do her own thing, but she enjoys her relationship and everything that's going on right now.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But he wants me to move in, and I don't want to move in.
Okay.
I want to stay in my place.
Okay.
But he's
Well, it has
putting a lot
been
of pressure on me.
Well, it has been 3 years, so it sounds like he's wondering when you guys are actually going to move in. Just quickly, yes or no? Do you expect to move in one day?
At some point, yes.
Okay, all right.
After his kids are grown.
No, I get.
His kids are 14 and 16.
Oh, so so like in 2-3 years.
I get that. She doesn't. Listen, she just had the kids out of the house. You're gonna have to tell him that you really don't want to live together, and it sounds like it's because you don't want to have to, raise and deal with, teenagers in the house again. And I totally understand that, and that is your decision if that's what you want. I don't know if you're waiting for the kids to be completely out of the house, like Orlando said, but the best bet is just to be completely open and honest about it. I have friends that don't have kids and don't want to have kids, but they're in a relationship with somebody with young kids, and they don't want to take that role whatsoever. And if that's okay with you and that's okay with him, then you got to be on the same
But it's
page.
not okay with him.
It's not okay.
It doesn't sound like. I think you
have to have some sort of a timeline.
I'm afraid that if I tell him exactly why I don't want to move in, that it will offend him, and he will think that I don't want to be a part of him and his kid's life. I do. I just don't want to live there full time.
I applaud you for not wanting that, because people, hey, we getting along 6 weeks. Let's mess around and move in. So that's too much. But it is going to hurt him because he's committed to you for 3 years, and he has these 2 souls that he's willing to share with you, and you not wanting to join in is probably going to hurt him. So you got to make sure you put kid gloves on with that.
I don't want to join in. I just don't want to live there.
Right. I get it, but I'm talking about his. I'm not talking about the truth. I'm not talking, because your truth is right. I'm not talking about your truth. I'm talking about his perception of it. That's the only thing you do. And you deal with the male ego, not for what the truth is, but for how he's gonna feel about it.
Give him a timeline.
Yeah, you
something
at least
to look forward to.
At least let him see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like at this point, whatever that point may be, then we can consider, moving in together. But at least give him a little bit of something to look forward to.
Reiterate that love that you feel, that commitment. You're like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm with you, but I'm also in a house by myself for the first time ever, and I'm enjoying it. So I like the fact that you come over and date. But you got to keep building them up while you're explaining. Don't just explain it and think the truth going to just carry you away.
And if you don't eventually want to move in and move forward, then, you should let him go.
Yeah, but you will.
I do. I actually relocated from Miami to Sarasota to be closer to him.
Yeah.
I just don't want to live in the house with him.
I got you. And just make sure when you present it, make sure it's all in love. Do a Michael Jackson. In love. In love.
And then moonwalk out of the room.
Yeah, moonwalk out of the room. Be like, it's in love. Come on. All right, there you go. All right, let's see. Question for Davi is up. You got No Name online too. You're up with Davi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a question, and it involves with, like, how long can I wait to ask questions about a woman that I'm interested in family when we just started exchanging phone numbers?
Oh. You want to ask, so there's a woman that you're interested in. You guys just started talking. You just started exchanging phone numbers. And you want to
ask about the family, like where they're from, but then she blocked me.
What?
She blocked you.
Okay, so you asked her personal stuff, and she blocked you, and this was after y'all just exchanged info.
Yeah.
So you want to know where you failed.
It sounds like you're dealing with somebody that's very guarded, and takes their privacy and maybe even secrecy very seriously. So I would say that if this is somebody that you're going to try to move forward with, don't do so much question asking and do more listening. You can learn a lot from people just by letting them talk. So just have free flowing conversation, and you just respect the fact that she might not want to tell you too much too soon. Keep it light then. Keep it about fun things and things you have in common. Somebody definitely doesn't want to feel like they're being interrogated. Not saying that that's what you were doing, but it seems like that is kind of the way that she took it. Also, blocking you might also be a sign of them not being that interested.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, sometimes people give their phone number out because they don't want to say no,
Guilt.
or guilt or lack of embarrassment. I would say that somebody blocking you that quickly is kind of a red flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree?
Keep it moving.
I think that's good advice for you. You probably messed up on this one, but it's just as advice for how you move forward. Let them, it's like a dance. Let them lead the dance. Let them tell you what they're comfortable with. It's much better to let the ladies choose how far it goes, and then you can get a better time in, and then you'll work out that muscle memory. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just pop up with questions. Let them tell you what pace they want to go for. We got
one out of the 404. My wife and I are separated, but currently live together with our 5 kids. She's ready for a divorce, but I told her I want to wait until she can afford to support herself and our kids without my income in the way and helping her out with her income. Am I wrong for wanting her to have security before we fully separate?
Not wrong. That's not wrong as far as wanting to make sure you look out for somebody who you spent time with. If you love them, or if you did love them, or maybe you still do, you want to see them, not stumble and fall, especially with your kids involved.
Yeah.
I went through that where I stuck around a lot longer than I was supposed to because I had to make sure everybody was good. Now, when you're angry and divisive, you can walk away and just be like, well, that's their life. And that's your right. But there's also a moral side to it where you don't want to see the people who you have a vested interest in fail.
Suffer.
Right.
Like you don't want to see somebody fall down, especially when that's where half of the time your kids are going to spend their time.
You're right. The other side of that is that your wife said that she's ready for a divorce, but I told her I want her to wait. She's ready to go. It's hard to convince somebody that's ready to leave to stay. I'm sure there's a lot of baggage and things to unpack of why and all of that. But I think at the end of the day, she wants to leave, and I don't think you should stop her.
Hold her back.
Yeah, but my kids are involved in that. So you don't want your ego and your anger to put you out there and you living in a box where you like, ooh, I ain't with him no more. Yeah, but my kids are living in a box. So let's make sure we got a good exit.
Maybe she's never going to be up to your standards of her income.
Oh,
and
she
being...
won't. She won't. But
So-
still, find a way not to go out and suffer. That's all. Like suffering and balling there's a lot of distance between there.
Yeah.
I just don't want you suffering. That's all. All right, let's see. We got line 3 is on, and it is somebody from Meredith. Let's see here. We got Tass. Tass, how you doing?
Hi there. Good morning. How are you?
Good. You on with Meredith MD. What you got?
Yes. So I am scheduled next month for a mommy makeover.
Nice.
Okay.
Congrats.
Yes. Yes. But I'm extremely nervous. And then my friends and family are saying that I don't need it, but they don't see me with the clothes off. I had 3 kids. So that little pouch is just like that stubborn area. And then because I breastfed my kids, my breasts are not the same. How do I explain that I need it and also not being nervous? Because now they're making me feel nervous because it's going to be under anesthesia and it's a major surgery.
It is a major surgery, and you need to know that. But I'm sure you're already aware of everything that they're going to do. So let me get this straight. You're getting a tummy tuck, and are you getting your breast augmented as well? Are you getting breast implants?
I was trying to stay away from the breast implant, so I'm just getting a breast lift.
Okay. All right. I totally get you. So they're cutting the skin and then making it tighter and firmer. Okay. Yeah. Just know, listen, anesthesia, people have surgeries every single day. And there's definitely concerns on both sides, but you've wanted this for a really long time. You don't have to sit down and continuously tell people what you want to do with your body on a daily basis. You saved up enough money, and good for you. And I totally get being, a little bit nervous about a major surgery. That's totally normal and it's common, but let me tell you, once it's done and over with and you go through the healing process, you're going to look in that mirror and you're going to be so happy that you made this decision. Some people think mommy makeover is very easy. It's really not. I mean, they're cutting open your torso and then they're kind of sewing it back together, and sometimes they use staples. So just know that this is a major surgery. You do need support. You don't need people constantly questioning what you're going to do. But so ask for more support from them. They don't need to make you feel more nervous. And it's honestly totally normal to feel nervous before any procedure.
Tass, are you married, single, in a relationship?
I am married.
Okay, how does your husband feel about it?
Oh, he said I should save my money for something else.
Well, all guys will say that. My husband said that about me.
We agree. Yeah, but
they don't get it. You're the one that procreated. You're the one that has to deal with the fact that your body looks different and you want to feel beautiful again. I fully support you going ahead and do this, and you will be nervous before the surgery. It's super common, but trust me, months later, you're going to look at yourself, whether you're naked or clothed, and you're going to be so happy you did it, and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, you know what? Congratulations on coming up, I guess.
What?
When you was describing it.
It is. That is a mommy makeover is serious.
Right. But all of the hard parts, though. You were mentioning those parts, and me and Dobby were like,
yeah, they
looking
cut
at each
down.
other like, did she say staples?
They do, yeah. They're cutting the torso and then they're bringing and pulling the skin tighter.
I'm good.
As long as she knows exactly what she's getting herself into, the downtime and everything that could happen.
Yeah. No, the bad part is that people are like, you don't want people picking on you. So realistically, we always talk about it when we talk at schools. Like, you don't want to live for other people's understanding of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've explained it. Let it go.
Ask for some support, though.
And you've gotten a doctor that is, explaining all that stuff to you, too. So, I mean, I wouldn't really stress it, like, as far as them understanding it. But, it is a major surgery.
It is.
Just remind yourself that all that cutting torso and stitching and stapling, we were like, oh, my
yeah, it's not just getting implants, which is a little bit easier. I mean, they're cutting open your body. So you have to understand that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It sounds nice and fluffy when you go, oh,
no,
mommy
it don't
makeover.
sound nice and fluffy at all. I don't know what the hell you heard.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Maybe you ain't hear your words. We'll play them back for you, but it wasn't nice. All right, Therapy Thursday is a wrap, people. We got more coming up.